I don't know whether we would still be doing it this long if we didn't have full autonomy and control, and we did, yeah. So yeah, it is important. It's not just what you do, but it's the way that you do it, and it's feeling, that integrity in the decisions that you make and stuff, and a lack of outside and monetary influence. So yeah, I don't think we could have done it any other way. I think our life would have been pretty miserable if we hadn't done it this way. We've seen so many other bands and musicians become miserable and bitter over the years, and usually it boils down to them working with the record industry, and the people that they meet, and the sort of almost, dare I say, abuse that they have to put themselves under. We kind of didn't want any of that, and we didn't want anyone telling us what we could or couldn't release, or what songs we'd written were good or what songs were bad. We wanted to choose our own artwork. We wanted just to do everything, have it all our own way, really.
Yeah, the night looked pretty good, and my heart was on fire till I called you 5 times on that telephone wire.
I don't think we've changed at all. The way we do things is very, very similar to the way we've always done them. Apart from nowadays, we send quite a few more records out than we used to. And we have had to modify things because, I used to handwrite replies to every single person who wrote to us. Well, I don't really have the time to do that these days. But apart from that, but yeah, the landscape, I guess, of releasing music has changed, yeah. And it's a bit of a crazy time. We do like to make these physical things. It feels real that we've made a proper record when you can see it and feel it in your hands. You know what I mean? It's different. I think me and David call it chip paper, and there's so much digital chip paper out there, that's a thumb scroll. It's gone in a thumb scroll, and you can't do that with vinyl. You can't scroll away vinyl, or you can't, pause vinyl really very easily. So what it is was, when we were recording Eggsistentialism, we recorded a ton load of songs, and we had too many. And we presented them all to Dave Fridman, and we were like, right, okay, these are all the songs we've got for the album. And he's like, we're all like, this is far too many. We can't put all of these songs on. So we're like, okay, let's sort them out. Which ones should we work on to go on the album, and which ones should we leave to the side? And these are ones that got put to one side. And not necessarily because they are bin juice or they are, rubbish. It's more to do with the fact that they didn't really fit in thematically with the album, and they were a different tone. And we just thought that they wouldn't sit with the other tracks on the album as well as, they wouldn't complement each other as well. And so we put them to one side. And then, of course, we just really wanted to get them out there. We thought that they deserved to be heard. And then that's when the concept of bin juice came about, because we wanted to put them out there and we were thinking of a title. And David just said, well, it's kind of like the stuff that got left off. It's the stuff on the cutting room floor. It's the dregs. Let's call it bin juice. And I was just like, that's absolutely perfect. And also, me and David always like to do new stuff. Like, we're not one of those bands who can sit on an album for 2 or 3 years and then release it when the circumstances are right, like when we've got the right backing or the right record label to release it. Like, we are always driven and led by, art and creation, and we're always wanting to make new stuff. So we were like, look, it's our 20th anniversary this year. We're going out on the road. Let's get it out on a record and let's release it, and get all these songs out, so that then we, next year we can start with a clean piece of paper and start again. And that's when we've decided to release it in a bin bag, because again, it goes back to that whole thing of like, how can we make it like art, and how can we make it be a beautiful object? And if we think it is, because you've got Casey Raymond, who is from Cardiff, he did all the illustration, which are like sort of magnificent, garish, psychedelic bin with pigeons picking lots of different stuff out of it. And then we've put it in a black bin bag. I mean, we're working with a lot of promoters that we've worked with for a very, very, very long time. And Adam's putting on the show Who Runs Club with Will. So Yeah, it's great. It's great to be able to go around the country and just be reunited by all these special people that have supported us the last 20 years, because we wouldn't be anywhere without the UK promoters of the Great British Isles, who've shown faith in us throughout the years and continue to do, book gigs for us. So that'll be nice. It should be a really good night in Cardiff. We love coming. We love Wales, and Cardiff we've always had a brilliant time at. From all the gigs we've played over the years, we've played various different places, and yeah, it's been great.